Your dog asked you for something today, but it did not sound like a bark. It did not interrupt your day. It did not look dramatic. It may have looked like a small step backward when your hand reached for their head. It may have looked like a nose staying too long on one patch of grass. It may have looked like them hiding under the table when the house became too loud. Or following you from room to room, not because they needed attention, but because your rhythm is the only map they trust. And the painful truth is this: most dogs are deeply loved, but not always deeply understood. You can feed a dog well. You can walk them every day. You can buy the soft bed, the good treats, and the toys they love, and still miss the quiet things their nervous system has been asking for all along. Because dogs do not measure love the way humans do. They do not know how much money you spent. They do not understand how many hours you worked to give them a better life. They do not count affection by how often you touch them. They understand something much older: safety, predictability, choice, gentle presence, a voice that does not only command, but includes them, a place where they can breathe. This is why your dog may not need more love from you. They may need love translated into a language their body can finally understand. And once you learn that language, you may never look at your dog the same way again. The first thing your dog may need more than love is a place where their nervous system can exhale. You have seen it before. The room gets loud. People come over. A door closes too suddenly. Someone laughs too loudly. And your dog slips away. Under the table. Behind the couch. Into a bedroom corner. Beside the laundry basket. Many owners see this and think something is wrong. So they call the dog back. They reach in. They pull them out. They try to comfort them by bringing them closer. But sometimes, that is the very opposite of what the dog was asking for. In that moment, your dog was not rejecting you. They were not being stubborn. They were not being difficult. They were doing something ancient. They were searching for safety. Dogs are not wolves, and we should never explain them through old dominance myths. Even L. David Meck later clarified that the popular alpha wolf idea was widely misunderstood. But dogs still carry old survival instincts in their bodies. And one of those instincts is simple. When the world feels too exposed, find a protected place. A place with edges. A place with quiet. A place where nothing reaches in. According to the RSPCA, dogs need a safe and comfortable resting area where they can retreat when they need space. That may sound simple. But for your dog, it can change everything. Because a safe place is not just a bed. It is a promise. It says, when you come here, no one will drag you back into the noise. No one will turn your fear into a performance. No one will make your need for space look like a problem. A crate with the door left open. A blanket under a desk. A bed in a quiet corner. A small place that smells like them. That may be enough. Not because the object is special, but because the rule around it is sacred. This is yours. When your dog has a place that truly belongs to them, they do not become distant. They often become more present. Because a dog who knows they can leave safely can also choose to return freely. That is the part many owners miss. Connection does not grow by removing a dog's escape route. Connection grows when the dog knows escape is allowed, and still chooses you. So the next time your dog moves away from chaos, do not rush to pull them back. Look at them softly. Let the room breathe. Let their safe place do its quiet work. Because sometimes the kindest thing you can say is not, "Come here." Sometimes it is, I will not follow you there. The second thing your dog may need more than love is the right to say, not yet. This one is difficult, because it hides inside affection. You walk past your dog, and your hand reaches down. They are lying peacefully, and you stroke their head. They are sitting beside you, and you scratch behind their ears. You do not mean harm. Of course you do not. You love them. But love can become confusing when it does not wait for permission. Dogs speak in small signals. A head turning away. A tongue flick. A slow blink. A body leaning away by an inch. Ears shifting back. A paw moving under the chest. The eyes showing a little white at the edge. These are not random details. They are quiet sentences. And many dogs spend their whole lives speaking those sentences to humans who never learned to read them. Behavioral research shows that dogs often feel safer when they have some control over social interaction. And this matters deeply. Because when a dog learns that their small no is ignored, they may stop offering small signals. Not because they are suddenly fine, but because they have learned that being subtle does not work. This is where many people misunderstand trust. A dog who tolerates touch is not always a dog who enjoys it. A dog who stays still is not always relaxed. Sometimes stillness is softness. But sometimes stillness is surrender. And if we love dogs, we must learn the difference. The beautiful thing is this. When you stop taking closeness, your dog may begin giving it. A chin resting on your knee. A nose pushing under your hand. A body leaning into your leg. A paw placed gently over your foot. Those moments are different. Those moments are chosen. And a chosen moment is worth more than 100 stolen ones. So try this today. Let your dog pass by without touching them. Let them rest near you without interrupting them. Let your hand become still enough to be trusted. At first, it may feel strange. It may even feel like you are withholding love. But you are not withholding love. You are giving your dog something rarer. You are giving them control over their own body. And when a dog realizes your love does not trap them, they often come closer. Not because you demanded it. Not because you trained it. But because safety has gravity. It draws the heart forward. If this made you pause for even 1 second, write "I see you" in the comments. Not as a comment for the video. As a promise to your dog. A promise that from now on, you will try to see the signals that were always there. The third thing your dog may need more than love is for you to come down to their world. Not metaphorically. Physically. Sit on the floor. A few feet away. No leash. No command. No treat in your hand. No hidden agenda. Just sit. From your dog's perspective, humans are enormous. We move quickly. We stand over doorways. We bend from above. We reach down with long arms. We control the doors, the food, the schedule, the car, the walk, and the end of every interesting smell. Even when we are gentle, our bodies can still feel large. Especially to a shy dog. A rescue dog. A dog who has learned that sudden movement can mean pressure. Or a dog who loves you, but still needs a moment to feel safe in your shadow. Many canine behavior professionals recommend lowering your posture around nervous dogs, moving slowly, and avoiding leaning over them. Because before your words speak, your body has already spoken. Standing over a dog can say, "I am in control." Reaching from above can say, "Something is coming." Moving fast can say, "Brace yourself." But sitting on the floor says something different. It says, "I am not here to chase you. I am not here to take anything. I am not here to win. I am here to be with you. And for some dogs, that sentence is everything. Floor time is powerful because it removes performance. Your dog does not have to obey. They do not have to come. They do not have to give you affection. They do not have to become the version of themselves humans find convenient. They can simply observe you. And observation is often where trust begins. Try this in a quiet room. Sit down near your dog, but not too close. Do not call their name. Do not pat the floor. Do not stare into their eyes. Just breathe. Let them decide what your presence means. Some dogs will come over quickly. Some will stay where they are. Some will look at you, then look away. And that looking away may be beautiful. Because a calm look away often means, I do not need to monitor you anymore. I do not need to watch every move. I can rest while you exist near me. That is not distance. That is trust. And if your dog eventually walks over, let them arrive slowly. Do not celebrate too loudly. Do not grab the moment. Let trust land gently. Because when a dog chooses to close the distance, they are not just coming to your body. They are coming toward your safety. The fourth thing your dog may need more than love is time to finish the story written in scent. Every walk has two versions. The human version and the dog version. The human version is distance, steps, exercise, weather, time, the route, the schedule. But the dog version is completely different. The dog version is a library you cannot see. A fence post is not a fence post. It is a message board. A patch of grass is not a patch of grass. It is a page full of names, emotions, directions, warnings, and memories. A tree is not just a tree. It is a whole neighborhood history written in scent. And when your dog lowers their nose, they are not wasting time. They are reading. To you, it is the same sidewalk as yesterday. To your dog, it has changed completely. Someone passed here. Another dog stopped here. A cat crossed this edge. Rain moved an old scent. The world updated while you were not looking. And your dog wants to know what happened. A dog's nose gathers information that human eyes will never fully understand. This is why pulling them away too quickly can be so frustrating for them. Imagine someone closing a book every time you reach the important part. Again. And again. And again. At some point, you would stop enjoying the book. This is what many walks become. Not because owners are cruel, but because humans walk for movement, while dogs walk for meaning. According to reward-based training principles supported by organizations like the APDT, dogs benefit from opportunities to explore safely, make choices, and engage with their environment. A walk does not always need to be a march. Sometimes, it can be a listening walk, a sniff walk, a decompression walk, a walk where your dog is not being pulled through the world, but allowed to meet it. You can still have boundaries. You can still keep them safe. You can still move them away from danger. But when the place is safe, let the leash soften. Let the nose finish. Let your dog be serious about a smell you will never understand. Because to your dog, that smell may be more than information. It may be emotional regulation. It may be curiosity. It may be confidence. It may be their way of saying, I am part of this world too. One of the greatest gifts you can give your dog is not a longer walk. It is a walk where time belongs to them for a little while. So next time they stop at one ordinary patch of grass, resist the urge to rush. Stand still. Look at the morning light. Let them read. And maybe you will realize something. You were not waiting for nothing. You were waiting while your dog became more fully alive. The fifth thing your dog may need more than love is a rhythm they can trust. Your dog knows things you never officially taught them. The sound of your keys. The way you breathe before standing up. The cabinet where treats live. The hour when dinner usually happens. The chair you sit in at night. The tiny shift in your energy before a walk. They know these things because your life is their weather. Your routine is their map. Dogs do not understand calendars the way humans do. They do not look at a clock and say, "Tomorrow will be better." They live inside patterns. First this, then that. After breakfast, the house becomes quiet. After the leash sound, the door opens. After your evening voice softens, the day begins to settle. And when those patterns are gentle and predictable, the dog's body can relax. Predictability can reduce stress because the nervous system does not have to keep guessing what comes next. But many loving homes become unpredictable by accident. Food comes at very different times. Walks happen suddenly, or disappear. The owner leaves in a hurry. Returns with tense energy. Changes the rules. Changes the mood. Changes the whole atmosphere of the house. To a human, this is normal life. To a dog, it can feel like the ground keeps moving. And a dog who cannot predict the ground may keep part of their body alert all the time. This is why some dogs seem restless even when nothing obvious is wrong. They are not trying to be difficult. They are trying to locate safety in a world that keeps changing shape. Rhythm does not mean your life must become rigid. Your dog does not need perfection. They need anchors. A feeding time that does not swing wildly. A calm greeting when you return. A quiet moment after dinner. A bedtime pattern that tells their body, the day is ending and nothing bad is coming. These small rituals may look ordinary to you. But to your dog, they are emotional architecture. They hold the house together. And here is where the heart of it lives. A calm dog is not always a dog who has been trained better. Sometimes, a calm dog is simply a dog who finally knows what to expect. A dog whose guard has come down. A dog who no longer needs to ask, "What happens now?" A dog who can sleep because your life has become readable. This is one of the quietest forms of love. Not the love that excites. The love that steadies. The love that repeats softly until the body believes it. If your dog has one little routine they never forget, tell us in the comments. Maybe they wait by the door before you arrive. Maybe they sit beside your chair. Maybe they know the sound of your morning cup. Maybe they walk to the bedroom before you even say goodnight. These rituals are not small to them. They are proof that your dog has built their heart around the rhythm of you. And the sixth thing your dog may need more than love is your real voice. Not commands. Not corrections. Not only sit. Stay. Come. No. Leave it. I mean your voice as connection. Your voice as warmth. Your voice as inclusion. Many people talk to their dogs when no one is watching. They say good morning. They say, "I know, I am tired too." They explain why they are leaving. They talk while cooking dinner. They tell the dog about the rain. Then they laugh at themselves, as if it is silly. But maybe it is not silly at all. Studies in canine cognition suggest that dogs are sensitive not only to human words, but also to tone, rhythm, and emotional quality of speech. Your dog may not understand every sentence. But they understand direction. They understand softness. They understand whether your voice is landing on them like pressure or like warmth. For a dog, your voice is not background noise. It is weather. It can make a room colder, or it can make the room feel safe. A dog who only hears your voice when they are being corrected may begin to brace when you speak. But a dog who hears your voice in ordinary gentle moments learns something different. They learn that your sound can mean belonging. So talk to them. Not constantly. Not theatrically. Just honestly. Tell them good morning. Tell them you will be back. Tell them they did well. Tell them you are making dinner. Tell them the rain is loud, but the house is safe. Tell them about your day in the same soft voice you use when you are no longer trying to impress the world. Because every time you speak to your dog with warmth, you are doing something deeper than giving information. You are including them. You are saying, "You are not just an animal in my house. You are part of my life." And maybe that is what your dog has wanted all along. Not more noise. Not more control. Not more things. A place in your world that feels real. A place where their signals matter. A place where their nose is allowed to read. A place where their body is not constantly interrupted. A place where your rhythm becomes safe enough to rest inside. Your dog does not need you to be perfect. They never did. They do not need you to understand every behavior immediately. They do not need you to become a trainer overnight. They are not asking for a flawless human. They are asking for a listening one. A human who notices the lip lick. A human who lets the leash soften. A human who waits before touching. A human who gives them one quiet corner. A human who comes down to the floor without demanding anything. A human whose voice says, "You belong here." That is the kind of love dogs understand. Not louder love. Not busier love. Not love that keeps proving itself through things. But love that slows down enough to become safe. So tonight, before you reach for your dog, pause. Before you pull them away from a smell, breathe. Before you call them out of their hiding place, ask yourself if they may simply need shelter. Before you assume they know they are loved, ask whether they can feel it in the way you move. Because your dog has been speaking to you for years. Through their eyes. Their paws. Their silence. Their distance. Their leaning body. Their soft return. And once you begin to understand that language, you may discover something beautiful. Your dog was never asking for much. They were asking to be understood. If this changed the way you see your dog today, share it with someone who loves their dog deeply, but may not know these quiet needs yet. And subscribe to Paw's Mind, because the more we understand dogs, the more we realize the truth. They were never just trying to live in our homes. They were trying to feel safe in our hearts.